Okay, audio is rolling, and this is going to be Disk 5 Part 2. The last audio was Disk 5 Part 1, and that refers to the DVD disc that Heidi had made up. So here we're going to go.
And that's Danny's first communion.
Start. Okay, start it up. Start it up.
Well,
Put it on full screen.
there's your mom, Millie.
There's Mom.
Showing her legs.
And we're at
And this is Ann
seconds,
opening up something.
There's it.
And there's Tony with his brace.
So this looks pretty similar to where we left off with the last video. You know, Ann's still about 2 or 3 years old. Pete still looked like he was about 1 year to 2 years old. Check. Okay, yep, it's working. And it's Christmas, we should say that. You know, so Christmas is going on. This was Christmas of '69, I think, or is this '70? Because the last video had Christmas of '69.
Oh, Ann's about. What does that say?
How many candles are there? Like 8? I think there's 8 candles there.
You can't read it.
Somebody's birthday party.
Must you?
Since I'm blowing the candles out, it must be me. But I'm more than 8
You're
years old, right?
surprised you blew them out. There's those. I forget who those kids are, but they were little monsters. Oh, I remember him.
I was going to say there's a big screen in the background, big screen TV, but it was a mirror.
Golly, I wish Millie could see this and comment on it. Greg, here, this is Danny and Tim when they were little. That's Tim. Oh, not that one. It's the neighbor kid.
You got a new truck, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, you got Chevy, huh?
Yeah.
And you said, okay, I'm there to turn my Ford Mustang in the truck, right?
Yeah.
Good thinking. Yeah, Chevy rules.
Yep. Well, there's an ostrich, so
This is
a
gross.
drive-in zoo.
This is Großgerau Zoo.
Jeez, a big
Großgerau?
Großgerau.
That looks like a picture of a lion. The lion cage. Ostrich.
I bet the egg is somewhere. Right, Dad?
Huh?
I bet the egg is somewhere.
Yeah. This is in Germany, Greg.
Yeah, see the Pete, give me the egg, Dan. We got ostrich egg.
Oh, did she lay an egg yet?
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
I opened the back door and she rode into the house.
There's a lion.
Okay, I am ready to head back to the Tony's.
All right.
And what did Tony want me to do? Okay, I'll be off.
All right,
Right.
Greg.
Yep.
You couldn't get in the car, out of the car, could? No, we couldn't get out. Warned not to get out of the car. Huh?
Well, that'd be a good idea when there's a lion there not to get out of the car.
Well, somebody might try it. Those are zebras, huh? What in the world? There's our Volkswagen.
So is this a second trip to Amsterdam? Or
Maybe,
is this
maybe,
out of order?
yeah, maybe that was not Gross-Gerau. Did we go to a zoo in Amsterdam? I don't know.
Well, I'm wondering if they could be out of order a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
It
We
must
learned,
be.
We learned about the top turning ones and the bottom turning ones.
Oh,
This one's the bottom part's fixed and the top part spins around. Here's a boat tour in Amsterdam.
yeah. Well, this was double exposed. This was I ran the film. You run the film through the camera, and you flip it over. You do the other side, and I flipped it over and filmed it again. That's why it's double exposed. Cripes.
Maybe you thought it was double-sided film.
Well, they are. You run it through the camera. That little one you got, that Bolex, and you run it through the camera, and then you take it and you flip it over and you run it again.
What?
And you could,
Oh, I didn't know that.
because it's that wide, and then when they process it, they split it. But if you run it through the third time and the fourth time,
Oh, okay.
then you get a double exposed.
Okay. I was wondering why you had so many, because I've seen other ones double exposed.
Yes.
And I was wondering why. Did that say Rotterdam?
Yeah, I don't think it was. It must have been something with Rotterdam, but this was in Amsterdam.
I wonder if that hotel or whatever that is still there, because there was a hotel across the river that had a rotating thing on top.
Well, why don't you think it would be there? That's only
It's only like
50
80 years ago, or
50 years ago. No.
years ago.
Well, it would have been before 72. That's when we left there. Say 70,
Years ago. I don't know.
30, 50 years ago. 50.
Do you think you were taking the video purposely of that hotel or whatever it is?
I don't know what. I could show you. Not. This is not. I was going to say.
There's Anne Frank. There's
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all enclosed in plastic plexiglass now. You can't touch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's permanently.
It
open.
was built.
They
Anne
added on
Frank.
They added on a
Anne
museum
Frank,
front
who's.
on it. We weren't allowed to take videos inside of it, so I didn't try. I wonder if this is the main. There's like a big main street in the old town. There's the 1970 camper bus.
This would have been in 1970. That's when we bought
the round taillights.
Yeah. And this is where we got the kids wanted to catch it. This was out here is where we picked up the 2 ducks in that house, but they were domestic ducks. These are, of course, are wild ducks.
Now, this is where we were camping with Nancy Bennell, or
No, that was in Belgium.
okay, so that
Not
was
Nancy, but Al.
Nancy.
What the hell was her name? Was it Nancy? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, pretty sure it was Nancy Bennell.
And now, I don't know if this was the same. Ann wasn't. Oh yeah, see, Greg, this must be a different time, because Pete didn't have his brace on. Well, he has a brace on here.
Tony.
Would we have gone to the same place again?
I don't think so. I think it's out of order.
Huh?
I think it's out of order.
Yeah, but this one, you see, he's got a brace on his right leg, and a high shoe on his left leg. And he didn't have on those other pictures. So why would he have it now? And he never walked without the brace when he had the brace. I mean, it wasn't, I think I'll not wear it today. He always wore the brace whenever he walked.
Huh.
And see, and we weren't with the other family on this trip. We were there twice. That's Maduro down. There's what I wanted to see before, where they had the windfall.
Verkehr?
Yeah,
Verkehrunfall?
yeah.
Traffic accident? Verkehrunfall?
I, yeah, and there's a little bandstand, and the band plays. Accident.
There's that thing you were talking about right there.
Well, that's at Eindhoven.
Yeah,
Or did you go in there?
That was like 60 miles away. We didn't go.
Yeah, that was on the way home. That must be south, of course. Almost 60 miles from Amsterdam was always.
Okay, who are these people? Do you know? Probably not.
Who's that little guy?
I don't know.
That must be
Doesn't
Pete.
look
That
like
must
the
be Pete. Oh, I know. Yeah, he was in the Navy. They were the ones that picked up by Volkswagen at the Army depot and had it at his house when we came back from Germany. So this must be, well, that's his wife. Maybe that must be their little baby. But he turned out to be an a-hole. They got divorced.
Huh.
I don't know who that is.
That's me there.
Yeah, that's you. This has got to be in at Heidelberg Chapel. But I don't know who that lady was.
There's our bus. Kids are watching for traffic. That's good.
Yeah, that's our bus there. Did we let our kids run across the street like that?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'll do a time check here. We're at 13:20. 13 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh, there's Greg, Tony. There's a big shoe.
And we got black screen. And we're back to the van. And her dirndl.
Dirndl?
Dirndl? That's that dress?
That's what?
That dress? A dirndl? No?
Well, I don't know what that is.
A dirndl? That's right.
The first word they got for accident is Unfall. Unglück, bad luck. That's about it.
And the picnic, it looks like we got more than just our kids there, or there's at least 6 or 7 or 8 kids.
Who in the hell were they? I don't know who those kids are and where we are. That's one of mine, isn't it?
I think that's Pete.
Is it Pete?
Pete/Matthew. And a new baby.
A devil's food cake for a little devil? I would never say that now. Daniel, that's you. Right? No, that can't be.
That's Heidi.
Huh?
That's got to be Heidi.
What'd that cake say? Didn't it say
Unless it's
Daniel?
way out of order. There's Pete. That was Heidi. There's Anne's birthday.
Oh, here's George Teza. He died a year ago.
Wow.
They lived in Florida.
Did you keep track of all these people?
I called them from here.
Did
And
they
his
live,
wife Jackie died before he did.
Do they live like across the street in Kitty Corner from us?
No, they lived in I forget where they lived. No. And there's Jackie. George. He's the one that got me promoted. He got me a secondary AFSC, Air Force Specialty Code, a work code. And when I came back from Korea, when I went to Texas, I was in that AFSC. And then I went back into communications and then came back to this job. Now this has got to be, is this Heidi?
Yeah, I think that's Heidi.
They all look alike. Poor Mildy, she put up a lot of shit. All those kids. That's June 6th? What's 6 mean?
I don't know.
Just to tell what the date was?
Maybe. June. Well, she's not a year old there, is she?
No. No. She was born July 10th. Heidi was.
So what is she, like a month old in this picture? So you sure that wasn't August 6th?
What? No, I don't know. Then she'd be a day old. No,
August 6th, she would have been a month
no.
old.
I thought it said June.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know where Mildy would be raking up the... This has got to be Germany.
Well, that black Volkswagen's been in other pictures, so that's at 24 Saturnstrasse. Didn't we have to do yard work?
Oh, there's Utrecht and Putin. Yeah, we were supposed to rake the yard. We didn't have much.
Utrecht is a pretty good-sized town, but
Yeah.
Putin is...
No, it's just a little town. Yeah, Utrecht is one of the bigger towns in Amsterdam.
North Holland or Holland?
Is that Matt or Tony? It had to be Matt.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Well, that's a lot of candles. Whose birthday is that? That's too many for Tim. He wasn't like 13 years old.
I wonder why he's got so many.
It was a test to see if he understood that it was too many candles.
I hated it when they squished food all over. Millie, that's okay, I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up. That was some of the best ice cream I've ever eaten. That was from the armed forces.
Huh.
Made specially for the armed forces in Germany.
What was that? Oh, that was... Little thing popped up. It was a artifact from the digitizing of this stuff. So that's obviously the Berlin Wall,
Oh,
right?
no.
What
The river, I don't know, that couldn't be. It was, that looks like
that looks like Brandenburg.
the gate, what do you call it?
That's Brandenburg there.
Yeah.
The other one was not Brandenburg. I don't know.
Achtung.
You are leaving West Berlin.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody that, Brandenburg now is in the middle of the town.
Yeah.
And that's not, oh, that's not the Olympic Stadium, is it?
Oh, I don't know. See, this was just a little before Christmas. This was probably about 10th of December.
Of 1970? Oh, what the heck was that? I think it switched over to a new
There's
video.
the Gedankenskirche.
Hold on, I'm gonna see it switched over.
I
to
got a
part
picture
3.
of that. Is it Millie's apartment?
I'm gonna shut this off. 1 second here. I don't want to start into the next one. Yeah. Okay. So that was the end of Disk 5 Part 3. Part 2. Disk 5 Part 2, and it automatically spun on to Part 3. So I'm going to shut off the audio here. And any last things to say about? You can talk about this when we do Part 3. Anything to say about that last one? Any more about the teases?
By the way,
Anything more about the teases? That
Oh.
family? Where did they live?
we went on a picnic with them too.
But they didn't live in Crestview.
No, I think they lived in Heinerberg. I'm sure they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna shut that down. Check.
Andy Belko. Remember Andy Belko from Texas?
Yep.
Well, one of his daughters was a full colonel. She retired. She retired shortly before Greg and I drove to Florida with Tony and Lisa. We drove our car.
Okay.
And then when we drove back, we came by New Orleans and the Highway 10.
New Orleans.
Yeah, we came from Florida and turned left. And
That's kind of way out of the way to come back here.
no, we went from, here's Florida. This is the northern part.
Yeah.
We were down here
Yeah.
at,
Normally you'd go up through Atlanta.
we went up here and we went by New Orleans and over here to San Antonio and saw Andy Belko.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that's when I found out his daughter was a colonel.
Huh.
She retired as a full colonel.
Wow. So they lived in
Now,
the,
he
they lived
died-
in the same house that whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. On Pleasant Morning Glory Drive or something like that. Yeah.
Now, where did
And-
they live in Germany?
They had a first they lived in an off-base housing area right next to where we did,
Okay.
and then they got base housing. We never got base housing in the Philippines. He got base housing. He was a master sergeant then.
You meant in Germany?
No, in the Philippines. Where did he live in the Germany? We weren't with Andy Velko in Germany. He was in Germany, but not at the time we were.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
No,
okay.
no. We knew.
So
We got to
you
know
were
them in San Antonio
Philippines. Okay, okay.
at Laredo.
Oh. But you had kept in contact with them?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know all that. I thought I knew them from Germany. Okay.
No.
Do you remember some people that lived? What was the street that came down and teed into Saturnstrasse? Was it Jupiterstrasse or something? You remember?
I don't know.
So they lived right at
I know you.
they lived right at the end of that on the right side.
Yeah.
Kind of kitty corner.
He was the air policeman, and they had a daughter that was that ended up burning up their house in Omaha.
Burning up their house?
Yeah, she was retarded. We're not supposed to use that word.
What was her name? The family name?
Oh,
Moses.
Moses. Well, yeah,
How do I remember?
yeah, Moses.
Okay.
He was an air
So
policeman.
she just did something. She made it.
I don't know.
She had an unfall. It wasn't on purpose. She wasn't trying to.
No, she did on purpose.
Oh, she did on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They were in Omaha then when we were there,
Huh.
and it was after we left.
So the
Yep.
Moses lived a kitty corner
Yeah,
from us. Okay.
yeah. Mindy Moses was her name.
Okay.
Mindy. She and Tony were the same age. Not Pat. His name was not Pat Moses. He was a policeman.
Okay. Well, I want to shut this off, and then see if I can find that that video with the Egan's. That might have been earlier. That might have been before we went to Germany. Like in
The-
1966,
when they were-
1960. So when they were putting a new basement in Grandma's
Oh
house.
no, that's in before 1960.
Oh, okay.
That's before we were married.
Okay.
That probably was around 58.
Because I think I have that one up on YouTube, so I'm gonna switch over to that now. Okay, I'm gonna shut down. See ya.